Today we're here with Danielle with Fidelity National Title. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks. So today we're going to talk about our industry. I'm a realtor here in the title agency where we have our closings, which is different for a lot of people, especially if they're coming from up north. We'll talk about that later. But right now, what is some of the things that you feel that we misunderstand about title companies?
I think it's really not misunderstanding, but like underestimating what title really does. A lot of agents, I think that we just push the paper and sit the closing when there's a lot more involved behind it. Like in reality, we're risk managers. We're preventing fraud, making sure, verification of identity, making sure that this person is in fact the seller.
Right. I mean, that's definitely.
Yes, and fraud is definitely on the rise, so it's a big deal.
Especially with the emails and wiring, we always suggest to send you the wire. I mean, I'm sorry, not send just the wire, to call and confirm the wiring instructions versus just the email that comes through. And what is something that we can do as real estate agents to help your day be better, a little bit easier?
Well, I mean, communication, I think, is key.
Right.
There's a lot of agents, believe it or not, that I deal with that just are MIA. Like, I don't talk to them through the whole process, it seems like, until the last minute.
Right.
And then that's when surprises happen. And some of the things that would help us would be in the beginning having a clean contract and giving us all the addendums.
Yeah, when you say clean, you don't want it where the initials have gone back and forth, back and forth, back
No,
and forth.
that's fine. But like there's some where they've like crossed it out and rewrote. Like try to make it as clean as possible. And then if there's any changes, an addendum is really the right way.
Right, nice and clean.
To do that. But a lot of agents forget to give us addendums as well. And then at the last hour we're
Scrambling.
Yes. So I mean, first and foremost, a clean contract. Make sure everybody has signed the contract.
Yeah.
And then giving us the contract in advance and not holding it for a week and then decide to give
Why
it
isn't
to
it
us.
done? Yeah.
Right, and want it to rush and want to know why can't we close in 10 days.
Right.
So just having realistic expectations and getting us what we need in the very beginning.
Yes. And so speaking of that, what are some of the things that you would say that could delay or even kill a deal possibly?
Not getting a search done in time. So let's say there's a title defect that we need to fix. Sometimes it could be an easy fix. Sometimes it could be a hard fix where it could take more than 30 days. So we need to know these things, and that's the first thing we do is check the title to make sure we can meet those deadlines and get all the information out there to all the parties involved and get it fixed. And
so communication is key.
Yes.
And that's why, we appreciate your business too, because you guys are awesome with that.
Good.
Yeah, for sure. Could you possibly break it down to me in the simplest terms on what title insurance is, please?
Yes. Title insurance is protection against you and your property, that you are in fact the owner and you have the right to sell. Nobody has claim to your property. So we protect you from the time you purchase back. So basically we are protection against anybody from the past coming back and saying that they own the property or there's a lien or any encumbrances on it. And if that were to happen, then that's why you have title insurance.
Yeah, thankfully, right? Yeah.
And it does happen. I mean, a lot of people think it's not necessary, but
there's always history behind something,
Yes.
That you don't know. So definitely need that. All right. And so what happens exactly behind the scenes here? Because, we're like, okay, Fidelity National Title, drop off your escrow check, blah, blah, blah. What comes after that?
So,
Or what are the steps, I guess? If you're a new, a new buyer
Mhm.
and you just went under contract, now it's handed over to you with their escrow deposit, then what?
okay, so we will start with intake, and that's when we get the contract, and we will dissect the contract, make sure there's any contingencies or any important dates on there. If there is a lender involvement for the buyer or if it's cash, then we'll do the title search, which is like a deeper dive and like a forensic search, basically.
It really is. I mean, you want, this is your biggest purchase, right? And you
Yes.
need that deep dive and other set of eyes of what am I buying?
Absolutely.
What am I, what's going on here?
So then once the search is done, we have title examiners that will go through it and review it, flag it, give us our requirements as the title agent, what we have to do in order to be able to issue clear marketable title. And that turns into what they call a title commitment. Once the title commitment comes out, we'll send that to everybody to review if there's any questions. It'll have everything about the property, if there's a homeowners association, any special assessments. And then at that time, we also do a municipal lien search for like code violations. We don't check for permits unless it's asked of us. So that's one thing, checking the permits if it's asked in the contract. Utility bills.
It's always a common one that we see quite often that pops
Yes.
up. Yeah.
Especially for Pasco County. They're funny with their water. What else?
And you have to go in person to turn it on
I
too.
know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Let's see. So then once we start diving in and clearing up title, we basically go into problem solving mode where we have to figure out how we're going to get this cleared. And what priority we need to put it at, depending on when it's going to close and whatnot.
Which everyone's a high priority.
Yes, right now. And then, so if let's say there's a missing satisfaction of mortgage. The mortgage was bought out 10 years ago by another company and they sold it. So we have to track it down and then find the right party to request the information, which can take, it could be 5 days. Sometimes it's taken 60 days.
It is like a detective.
Yeah, it all depends.
Yeah, good.
And then we have to, order payoffs, get any invoices and together for the transaction to put on the closing statement. We coordinate with the lender if the deal is financed and balance the statement with them. Review their closing documents. We have their instructions to follow. And then there's compliance and fraud prevention in with that. And then a huge thing is verifying identity. There are systems in place like the KBA verification system, which a lot of people don't understand why we do that, but it's really for their protection. So there's a lot that goes in with it, and that's just the beginning.
The beginning of it all, right? So yeah, I mean that's the whole beauty of this conversation, really, because no one really knows what happens. I mean, in our world, I think we unlock, we run a list and we unlock doors, and then that's it. You know, we know there's a lot more to that, of course. So, do you foresee any changes or anything new in your industry that you'd like to share?
Things going digital, like you can perform notarizations online now.
Okay.
I mean, that's been in the works, but it's more, prevalent
common
right now. So that helps with flexibility for out-of-state buyers and sellers. The one thing that helps a lot is the data integration with the systems. And we have a system called Start in Here that we use that it allows real-time updates, and the agents have access to that information.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because that's the one thing, besides the communication of getting that call or that email, but to have that instant access right there, and it's out of your control too, where you're not having to reach out and get everyone on the same page too. So it saves time.
Yes.
It's really the main thing. Yeah.
What would be a thing for title that would make it easier for agents?
I mean, really, it's communication, and I
Yeah.
think that's why we really enjoy closing. We've had quite a few closings with you guys, and it really does come down to the promptness, even the communication, even if you don't have an answer.
Right.
That's to me the best thing. Instead of just having that other party just lingering and waiting, it's like I don't know yet, or I'll get right back to you. But just some form of something.
Yeah.
Which I
Not
think
leaving
I failed
people
on
in the
recently
dark.
too. But it is what it is.
We're human.
Yeah.